Good evening, everybody. We got here another 1v1 Arabia matchup, this time between Yo and Hera, two of the best players in the league, definitely top 10 players for the last year. So, in the red, we do have Yo playing as the Britons on the southeast side of the map, and then to the northwest, we do have Hera playing as the Vietnamese. Interesting matchup here, with Britons obviously being one of the strongest archer civilizations with that extra range, extra attack on their archers, and Vietnamese being a fundamentally anti-archer civilization. They get the Imperial skirmishers, and they get the very powerful Rattan archers that are so strong against archers, longbows, anything that Britons can put out that shoots an arrow. Taking a quick look at the maps, very, very good map as far as walling potential for Hera. Very bad map considering he's going to probably have archers coming forward and attacking.
Yay.
He will not be able to, he will have gold that is accessible, but he will not be able to access it safely. It will be within the walls. Likely, if he does wall, it will be along here and along here, here and here. If he were to wall this back here, he would be able to protect the gold in his back, the 4 tiles that he does have. He does have safe berries, actually, as a matter of fact, so that does help out a little bit too. And he will likely include the gold in this wall on his west side too. So, if he is looking to be dropping any towers or a castle, which is very, very possible with Vietnamese, the castle will be delayed if Yo can aggressively attack with some archers on the front. No stone will be safe for this time. Hera having a little bit of trouble pulling in this ostrich, not really going the right direction for him. He's been taking sweet time getting that in there. He does get it in. And moving over to Yo, we do have him playing as the Britons. Again, forward gold. For Britons, stone is not quite as important as it would be for other civilizations. We rarely see longbows anymore. Obviously, we all love that unit. Used to be my favorite to play as. You mass up enough longbows, nothing can come close. But at this level, they can be microed down, and it's hard to get that mass up. As far as walling potential, he is starting to wall in over this way. He does have forward stones, as I mentioned, as well as the forward berries. But one thing I do like, his main gold is very safe. Quick wall here, will likely wall across here, or possibly even into the town center. And that will be very, very helpful for him. We do see Hera is starting off his wall and putting down a barracks at this point in time. That barracks, of course, could mean few militia doing a little bit of damage early on. We don't see any military buildings as of yet for Yo, just focusing mostly on the economy that he is trying to build up as much as possible.
Yay.
Both players going to berries, creating pretty standard builds to go into a quicker feudal age, and Yo already going forward to scout out Hera. He sees him very quickly, actually. If you look at his fog of war, he went directly to his base. Yo has been playing this game for so long on the top level, you just get an understanding of what's going on, what sort of maps to expect, and he does see the militia come forward. He knows there's a drush coming in, and he knows to go back to his base and get prepared. As far as walling potential, Yo is very open still. He's not started any real wall-offs. He's added a couple of houses here and there, but nothing that can be too helpful. He's choosing instead to just go for the fast walls, wall in his builds here and there. Hera going for a fairly similar strategy, starting a casual wall-off on the eastern side, and a couple of houses will likely go up on the southern side of his base as well. But nothing too crazy. Of course, Hera is one of the fastest quick wallers, and he is well known for how quickly he can wall out enemy attacks, and so he will likely be just counting on that. So you can see here the militia are going forward. They haven't done any damage yet. They are just circling around, seeing where they can attack, seeing what they can do. This wood line might be open by the time they get over there. But Yo is moving up to the feudal age. He is already 50% of the way up, whereas Hera has not yet clicked up. This will mean a stronger economy and Hera able to deny that wall.
Ready.
These two villagers will be attacked. This point in time might be able to save that villager.
Briton?
Yes, that scout coming in does
Ready.
provide enough coverage to allow Yo to
Briton?
protect his villager and run back, but caused some delays. Only 2 militia coming forward for Hera, so it's not too big of a deal as far as investment, and he was able to delay quite a bit. We will likely see a fast castle out of this build, with Hera at 25 population right now, all of which, 25 villagers right now, all of which have been collecting resources this entire time. He now clicks up to the feudal age and will be going up with a pretty strong economy behind him. We do have an archery range as Britain that is expected. It has been scouted by Hera, and Yo is dropping that archery range on the front of his base as Hera begins the mass wall off of his base. Interesting to note is where he will decide to wall this side, and he does put it further back. This gold will be safe should he need it later on. The militia just still running around, trying to pick off what they can, trying to get a little bit of wood there that was wasted, but Yo just deletes the units before the militia and scout can do any damage. One archer comes out for Yo, a second one on the way, and with the TC fire against that scout, a bit of an error there from Hera. That will be enough to likely push back this drush altogether. Good play by Yo, actually, getting some good hits on this villager. My goodness, Hera might actually lose a villager. Oh, quickly walls out the scout. Unbelievable how good he is at walling in his villagers. Now, second archer is forward, actually loses a lot of health on the first archer. Will they be able to be saved? It looks like it. The thing about archers, you can always throw them in the TC, get a little bit of healing up if necessary. At this point in time, obviously, military numbers are so crucial. Every single archer counts. And the Scouty-Yo is in the back of Hera's base, just running around, getting scouting information where he can. And he does see that this wall off will complete, and he's moving over to the front. Still, no gold being collected for Hera. He will likely go straight into skirms, and that's pretty much it for now. They will be a little bit more defensive. Hera, I thought he was going for a faster castle build, but he is taking his time to click up, deciding to go for multiple villagers. He actually has 3 queued up right now, which is a little bit more than you would expect. But he is booming up where he can. He did get a lot of the eco upgrades where he could, and will just look to continue his economic lead. He does have a 4 villager lead at this point in time, and that will just continue to grow unless these 4 archers can cause some damage. The blacksmith did go up on the front of Yo's base, and as we can see here, fletching already coming in. Very important for these archers to get fletching. That +1 range and +1 attack makes a massive difference. And we now see some skirmishers coming out of the archery range of Hera in retaliation to the archers that are hitting the front of his base. Taking a look at the resources, both actually very similar. Both hovering around 450, 500 food, and Yo with a slight lead with gold. He has been collecting it where Hera has not until very recently in the back here. Hera does just wall up behind his palisades in the back of his base. That should not be a problem as of now. There might have been a hole here. He might have been even wanting to tempt Yo to run through and into the TC fire, which really might be a smart move. However, Yo thinks better of it. He does hide right behind the wood line and will get a couple of shots out, but these archers now competing against some skirmishers, they don't have a chance. He needs to run at this point in time. He does run away, and that will do it. No villagers actually being created by either player right now, because Hera is going up to the castle age. little bit faster than Yo, as Yo still does not have the food resources. He will very shortly click up, as he does have the buildings already built. Yo's pretty well walled off. He just needs to finish a little bit to the north of his base, and he was able to get 2 of his archers away. Fairly good, all things considered.
Ready.
Taking a look there, it looks like fletching did not actually come in. I'm not sure if that was deleted for Yo, but Yo going for Briton knights in the castle age. Both of the players now on the way up to the castle age. Hera has a little bit of a lead on Yo, but not significant. The one lead that Hera does have, though, is 3 villagers. That is a big difference between the 2 of them right now. And a couple of scout cavalries out here can really clean up these skirmishers. These archers having to hide because Hera is out for blood. Unable to spot them at this point in time, but he knows they're around here somewhere. But look at this mass of British archers. He does have fletching in now. Not sure what was going on these guys here. They weren't showing it up earlier. But starting to mass 9 archers right now. +1. We do have the skirmishers also with +1. Only 4 of them right now. So we will see what Hera decides to do in the castle age. He has played it fairly safe so far up to this point. Has not been doing too much other than booming, and he will continue with that, building his 2nd town center and what looks to be a 3rd. That 3rd town center will go on the front and will protect actually this stone a little bit, and once he breaks through a few of these trees, he will be able to collect that very safely. Skirmishers going down to the scouts. The engagement actually being a little bit worthwhile for Hera. Does get a couple of archers out, but this mass of archers now hitting right towards his base, and he only has 2 military for defense. Not too much that you can do against this many crossbows from the British players at this point in time. The scouts sitting in the front for Yo, allowing for that extra protection on his archers against any skirms that might be coming forward, and elite skirmisher now coming in for Hera. Yo, unable to get that. Look at the reaction time of these players. Phenomenal. Just fantastic. Hera is so quick. Able to pull in as the volleys go, but archers and scouts now into the back of his base. More archers coming through. He does have 2 town centers, 3rd one going up as well, so he will also be looking to boom a little bit too. A monk for Hera. That is an interesting choice. He will likely just sit underneath the town center. Monks do, of course, outrange these crossbows, but only by 1 at this point in time. So, not sure how effective they will be, especially with these being scout cavalry and not knights. But always good to have monks to heal up your own villagers, your own skirmishers, and collect relics later on. And a knight did come forward, so that will be looked at as possibly just a very good proactive approach from Hera, thinking there might be knights coming. And Hera now with a 9 villager lead. That lead has been there the entire game and is only growing at this point. Look at these skirmishers, so strong right now. Only 6 of them and able to push back 10 crossbows. And yet on the other side, we do have Yo just being a pain, sitting on these wood lines, camping back, making sure that Hera is wasting as much of his villager lead as possible. Yo must know at this point that Hera does have an eco lead with the points, 200 point difference. That does make a big impact. This crossbow getting deleted by Yo to avoid the conversion. And these crossbows falling back. Actually, they might be able to sneak out through here. No, they cannot. That is not open there. These skirmishers cornering the crossbows in, and the crossbows on the front not being able to do too much damage. Likely Yo will lose this entire crossbow army at this point in time. Hera very badly housed. 71 population for only 70 houses. Frantically running 2 villagers over. That'll actually cause a large delay in his villager lead, as well as his military lead at this point in time. Well played by Yo to get within the minimum range of those skirmishers and take out just however many villagers as he can, cause as much eco damage as possible. The villager lead now only being 6 as compared to what it was earlier of 9. But the villagers of Hera have been very inefficient. Obviously, Yo has been safe in his base, 3 town centers, just booming up, continuing to grow his economy. Whereas Hera has been garrisoned TCs, running away from wood lines, having to hide, having to run, build houses, build walls. All those little things add up throughout the game, and it negates some of the villager lead. However, 6 villager lead, the longer it goes on, the further ahead Hera will be. Eco upgrades as well as some of the armor upgrades for the crossbows coming in. We do see a forward siege workshop from Yo, and Hera has seen it, so he drops a forward siege workshop of his own. Yo moving forward with what is it that he is building in this forward siege workshop. He hasn't actually queued anything up yet. Now that he does see this one from Hera, he will likely be putting in a mangonel or something along those lines, and there we go. Mangonel does come in. This villager was not able to be picked off by the crossbows, will be healed up by those monks. And those monks doing actually a pretty good job pushing back this one knight that is just sitting back there and waiting for mangonel and skirmishers. Obviously, skirmishers fall very quickly to knights, but with a couple of monks behind, that will provide the protection needed. Yo now getting housed, but he will be able to build a couple of houses fairly quick. Does build one on the front and will be building a few in the back, so that will maintain his villager production as well. 5 villager lead at this point in time for Hera, and taking a look at the resources, Yo has 850 food in the bank. Yay. Great micro right there from Hera. Just such a fast player. Yo able to heal up his mangonel, able to avoid that shot. Look at the damage. I say that just as a big mangonel shot hits those skirmishers, and from behind the other mangonel clears out the mangonel of Hera. Both of these players just coming forward with mangonels right now. Yo at 1,000 food in the bank, but only 128 gold, so not enough to click up to Imperial Age. But Hera is getting close. He's also at 1,100 food right now. He might have just sold some gold for that, sold something for that. And he is getting very close to clicking up to Imperial. Once these become Imperial skirmishers, if he can get onagers, that will completely destroy the current breakdown for military that Yo does have. But again, Yo just causing more delays where he can and causing issues. Hera, now with an 11 villager lead, has been consistently producing out of all 3 town centers at a faster rate than Yo has, obviously. Yo did hold off. He is clicked up to the Imperial Age. Both of them very quick and close together. However, Hera does have a 10% lead into the Imperial Age, which will allow him to just get those upgrades that much quicker. And when looking at strong skirmishers, that will make a very large difference. Forward stable now being dropped by Yo. Yay. As Hera does a split to get away from the mangonel shot. And it looks like Yo is going to try to push cavalry more than he wanted to off the bat. In retaliation to that, we do see some cavalry upgrades coming in for Hera as well. He does not have a stable at this point in time. Oh, he's building his 2nd and 3rd stable. He has the 1 stable. That's where he was researching husbandry. He's building 2 more stables in retaliation. Interested to see what he goes for his stable units. He obviously knows there are knights on the field for Yo, and British knights not very strong. This has gone from a archer-skirmisher war to both players going all in cavalry. Hera just so fast with his reaction times, sees a red dot and is at the town center immediately to clear out the villagers that are sitting on the wood lines. Big hit though from that mangonel, and Yo will lose one of his mangonels. Hera gets his, stays up, will go back, probably will look to heal it up a little bit. Right off the bat, Cavalier coming in for Hera as well as Imperial Skirmishers. Cavalier and Imperial Skirmishers, very difficult for a Briton player to react to that. There is a forward castle coming down, so he is hoping to sit underneath this castle, be protected by the castle fire, and tread down the economy of Hera, which might actually pay off long term if he's able to get the damage in. This castle will most definitely go up, as Yo is still just booming back at home, fairly open actually for raids that could come in. A few Cavalier could do a lot of damage. Hera not sure that that castle's there, he now sees it, and the Imperial Skirmishers turn right back around. Will start mining his own stone and will send his Cavalier forward. Great play on his part, sending these Cavalier forward and attacking where he can. There is a hole here and this entire base is open. And just this, 5 Cavaliers. Look at the defense on these, and he is walled out first, so he does not actually get in, but able to do some damage in wasting villager time. And he's walled in behind there too. Yo able to react. If Hera had just ran all the way around, he would have been able to get in for free. We do see Hera now at the 16 villager lead. Trebuchet at the front will be taken down by these Cavalier. That is a waste of 200 gold, 200 wood. And this mangonel will be taken down by Imperial Skirmishers actually. Hera completely flipping the script right now, attacking on 2 fronts and winning on 2 fronts. This castle is making no impact at all because it's not actually hitting the army of Hera. It is a well-known issue playing as the Britons, just not having that mobility, not being able to run around and choose where to fight, having to fight where the other player decides. Hera now 4 town centers and is continuing to shoot out villagers as quickly as possible. Bombard cannons now coming in. Obviously the Vietnamese playing very strongly against the British. Sending the Imperial Skirmishers straight forward with the Cavaliers, and those will go through. Even loses this monk. I believe it is the beginning of the end for Yo. He does see these Imperial Skirmishers. He will be able to take them out with the Cavalier, but just this army of 15 Cavalier, a few crossbows, and a trebuchet will not be enough to defend against the army of 34 that Hera has. He's got bombard cannons taking down the trebuchets. I think this might be it for Yo. Castle going up just to protect some of the side for Hera, get some visibility as well. And the GG is called, Yo calls it. That will do it for now. Let's take a quick look at the map. We do see Hera did have those 4 town centers, and then we look at Yo just sitting on 3. Eco obviously playing a large part, but overall the great military work of Hera really won him this game. Looking at the stats, Hera won every single category. Fantastic play by Hera, great game.